Hello everyone, I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this February 11th, 2023. It's being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated and AgRisk Advisors. As we go deeper now into February, we're going to have a little bit of a break in the weather through the weekend across the central and the west with not as much wind, some sunshine, and warmer temperatures. There will be a little bit of rain this weekend along the west coast and late in the weekend into the desert southwest, but generally fair weather will be noted elsewhere. However, colder weather with an increasing chance of snow in the Intermountain West and Western Plains and Central Plains will develop by the middle of next week. While it may not be a huge storm in terms of tons of snow, the combination of moderate snow accumulations and sharply colder temperatures and wind chills will be a concern for livestock interests and travelers around the middle of next week in many areas of the central and the west. And the pattern is going to stay active with possibly colder than average conditions for the rest of February into early March. The long-term trend is a cold one. Over the last week, precipitation hasn't been terribly heavy in the central and the west. The Rockies have picked up a little bit of snow, mainly up in the high country, and then another good event of rain and mountain snows along the west coast and up into the panhandle of Idaho here in northwestern areas of Montana. We will go and take a look at snowfall forecasts, and you can see the high country picking up more snow, keeping those snowpack numbers in a really good shape. Now, looking at the latest drought monitor updated this past week, we continue to see severe drought conditions right here in the nation's midsection. This is the area that seems to be the last to be getting the moisture, which has been increasing across the west. But as you can see, even with all the rain and snow this winter, while conditions certainly have improved from where they were a year ago, we still got a ways to go. But I think we're going to get there with some help. In fact, over the last week, the green areas show where enough precipitation has fallen to have a drought status change, a minor one, but nonetheless, there's been some improvements there. As we look ahead, this is what's going to be developing for this upcoming weekend. We're going to see some rain and snow in parts of the southeastern United States, the Appalachians, even northern Alabama and Georgia could get snow. While fair weather is in the nation's midsection, this is the west coast system. It looks a little bit stronger than it really will be, but there will be some rain. Along the coastal areas of California, some inland snow in the higher Sierras. Very cold air is in place up over central and western Canada. And this is an area right here. This is the cold air that's going to get released south into the central and western United States by the middle of the week. And here it is. As we go into Wednesday, we're going to see a strong low near the Four Corners area heading east. This will open the door to Canada. So the winds aloft will come right in out of the Northwest Territories. So overspreading the west and the central United States will be another episode of cold. Now, I don't see it as severe Arctic cold, but temperatures are going to go far below average. It's going to be pretty chilly. And then this will be followed by next weekend, another wave of colder air coming in out of Canada into the lower 48 states. So this is why we're going to see high pressure in the Pacific and high pressure in the Atlantic bottling up the cold air and basically keeping it in the central and the west as we go through the second half of February. And there you can see these are the temperature anomalies by the middle of the following week, around the 22nd of February. A lot of cold. We have a lot of cold left this winter season that will likely extend into the month of March. Now, over the next week, there is an uptick of precipitation in the central and the west, and you can see it here. Quite a bit of moisture in the Four Corners region. That'll be good for the snowpack, but also notice we've got some snow on the plains of Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, and Wyoming here up into Montana. And if we convert what we're seeing here to snowfall, you can see there could be an axis of some pretty good snow cutting across the Central Rockies into the plain states with heavier snow in the high country. So there's going to be an uptick of winter weather conditions over the next week to 10 days. So be prepared for some snow chances, below normal temperatures, and some periods of some pretty cold wind chill values. Have yourself a great week ahead.